So this is also about finally, as I told, we'll cover all the try and finally related questions together. So here what is happening, so we have this method test and we are returning from the try and in finally we are updating something. So this is bit tricky in nature, okay? So let's try to see what is the output here. Okay, so you can see the code snippet which is in the question here. I have just added an update statement here. So what we are doing here is this is a int method and it has a variable called x which is assigned to 0 and we are updating x equals to 1 here and x equals to 2 here and we are returning x. So many people think by seeing the previous question answer here x may be 2, but the behavior is bit different here. So what will happen is if you update some attribute right in the try block and you are returning here only, there is no return statement from family. That is one thing you have to observe clearly. So because you are updating x1 here and returning from here only, we are trying to update here, but what will happen is this x equals to 1 is stored in the stack memory. So this x equals to 2 will not take into account. So x equals to 2, whatever the assignment we are making, it will not take into precedence. So I hope you understood. So there is no return statement from finally. So we are updating and try and we are returning there only. And we have finally block where we are trying to change the value of x to 2. So let's see the response. So you can see answer is 1 as I already told you. So in try there is an update happening. So that is stored in the stack memory. Even though we are updating something in finally, it will not be considered. Let's say if there is a return statement here, then it works differently. Finally, return will take a precedence over the try return statement. So if I run now, you will get answer as 2. So I hope you got the difference. So let's say if I remove this, right, what is happening is we are returning from the try only. So that will take a precedence. Even though we are changing something and finally that will not take a precedence. But if you add return statement inside the finally, then that will take a precedence. I hope you understood the difference. It is a bit tricky in nature. What I would recommend is go and practice this question so you'll understand how it is working. Let's move on to the next question. So as we discussed, right, the answer is 0 here. In my example, I just updated the x equals to 1, but here it's like whatever returning the value from try, right, that will take a precedence. The concept is same. So you can see finally return value remains 0 only, even though x is changed later, because like the final return value remains 0 only, even though x is changed in the finally block. As we discussed, like try and return is already done and that value is already stored in the stack. So try, there is a return statement that is already stored in the stack that will take a precedence over the whatever the update we are doing in the finally.